Alright, so after 2 days of intense training, the scooter rides up and down the street, through the suburbs, and then just around one of those small little mountains. We are here. 2 scooters, 4 people, including Milani.
Yes, on my own scooter, can you believe it?
And she's doing the scooter here with a nice bottle of water. And look at this beautiful view. And the 2 kids. And they're so excited about the scooter rides. They love scooters. And you, Maggie, are you enjoying it?
I just want to draw with the cookies.
Oh, you want to draw? So, we are halfway up now to the nice scenic places. Excuse me? What's wrong? What's the frustration?
I've got 2 runny-nosed kids who's yelling at the same time. And Daddy's standing with the toilet paper.
Candle to keep your coffee warm.
Hot cocoa.
That's amazing. That's coffee.
That's coffee.
So there's a candle down there. It keeps your coffee warm, and believe it or not, here you need hot coffee. We're right on top of the mountain with a beautiful view. The Dong Van Gate is just past that point there. Is the Dong Van Gate, and then you're in the Dong Van Plateau. And everybody's getting cold for the first time outside and getting cold. Especially if you go on a scooter about 20-30 km an hour, you feel the cold. Almost at our first town here in the middle of the mountains. I don't know what it's called. It's Tomson, no, it's Tomson. I think that's called Tomson. Zetstal Kaila. I think she loves it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Or
you like it. We at the Lung Kui Cave. So it's quite a. You come all the way from the top with a very small road on your scooter, and the kids were super excited on the downhill because it's quite steep down. And then you park your scooter just here, and it's a unexpected 1.2 kilometer walk that we need to do to get to the cave. But the photos I've seen, it looks quite nice. So we're gonna do the walk. That will warm up the kids. At one stage, right on top of the mountain, they were in tears from the cold. But with the walk, they'll probably warm up again, because after this we're going to continue. We're going to go up the mountain, and we're going to go to our first hotel for the night. Hopefully there is accommodation, because there's a lot of scooters going up this mountain and they're all tourists. So that's the other thing about this. If you don't do it on a scooter, you probably miss 80% of the experience, and that is going through this mountain passes. You want to see the openness. You want to experience it. Otherwise, if you do it in a car, I think it will be just a normal road. But now you get a totally different experience. And we're gonna go here up the steps. I think it's left. I don't know. No, I don't know. They said something about steps.
Which way?
A bit of confusion of where to go. The guy, nobody here speaks English, but the guy at the parking lot set up the steps. But this looks like a much nicer road than that one to walk. Hello! Yes, we're gonna go to the cave.
Yeah.
Local people, they're so friendly. And look at this beautiful view we have here. This is absolutely amazing. And what makes it beautiful is there's not these huge trees and lush jungle, so at least you get a view of where you're riding, and you get a view of the valleys, which is beautiful. Almost there at the cave. I just spoken to two guys, and he says there's about nobody at the cave. So the nice thing about this place, it's a touristy area, but it's still so quiet and peaceful. So that's what makes it so amazing. And it's quite a walk, 1.2 kilometer as I said. Look at that village down below. So beautiful. Around every corner you get a surprise. So it's quite an uphill from down there, and we still have about 30 steps to go, maybe 100. And that's the cave, that little thing there, that's the cave. This last part just gets your breath going, and it's all the way from down there that you need to get up. And it's high up the mountains, so you gotta get out of breath quickly, and then you get to this. And this is the cave, the small little piece here in the middle of nowhere. Out of breath. Downstairs. We're on our way downstairs.
I can take picture? Sorry?
Yeah, that's almost stuck. So this used to be a beehive, no?
So
It's dried honey. Honey.
it's like
And that's good for your throat.
yeah, Daddy. They should break the beehive.
Yeah, I don't know where they get it. Alright, we're back down from the cave. It was quite enjoyable. It's a beautiful cave. It's actually quite huge inside, and the lightning and all the stalactites and stalagmites makes it really a nice thing to see. So it's a bit out of the way. I think it's about 5 5 kilometers drive from the main road through the mountains, which is beautiful. So it's worth it. When you get here, that's a 1.2 kilometer walk, but you never really notice the distance because it's so beautiful scenery. It's just the last part a bit uphill, so you get out of breath there. But apart from that, really a nice place to come and see. How's your fuel?
Fuel, it's just below the edge.
That's how it's done here in Vietnam. Right, that was a big truck just passing us. Luckily they used their horns. Yeah, you'll see what it's like. You don't want to be in the road when they come past.
Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, that was the lovely.
Yeah.
But could you believe?
And we're heating up here at the fire. At some hill, up in the mountains. Tidole.
Oh.
Tidole hill. Bye bye. So we've warmed up here at the barbecue. Had a nice snack. And it looks dark, but it's actually just terrible weather. And extremely cold. Look at these two, they're freezing. Yeah, this feels like mountains. It's cold, it's unpleasant, and the road is getting too long. We've been on the road since 10 o'clock and it's now almost 5 o'clock. And we did about an hour or two at the cave. And 18 kilos to go. The Google says 18 kilos with about 36 minutes. And hopefully wherever we stop, they'll have a nice and hot coffee. Here in Vietnam you don't really get hot coffee. They're always like lukewarm by the time you get it. But it's the vine coffee. But tonight I'm going to try and fight for a hot coffee. Name is. What's this town's name?
Len Minh.
Len Minh. We've
Len
made it to Len Minh. It was a long day on the saddle. You can see it's pitch dark already. We just got here, and this biker chick here did it all by herself.
Good.
Well done.
Thank you. He was a good trainer and he stayed with me all the way.
To the end.
Till the end.
It was a long end, but it was an end at least.
It's just exhausting, all the trucks and the cars coming around the corners or the bends.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic and there's big trucks and cars. They don't care about scooters, they just drive and you have to find your way through it. Alright, you guys show us room. So here in Vietnam, beer is much cheaper than coffee. That's why we usually drink beer, because it's just much more economical. But tonight we're gonna have a coffee first because we want to get the cold out of our bones. We're still shivering. It's been a cold ride this last hour. First things first, a nice custom brewed coffee.
This time again.
But do you want your beer so long?
Yeah.
And that's how we start the evening here in Tay Minh.
Yen, like yen, Y-E-N, Minh, M-I-N-H.
Oh.
Yen, Minh.
Yen Minh, okay. There you go, Yen Minh. It's a little town here up in the mountains. A bit of sweetness in my coffee. And I like the small mugs. But you can see this is coffee.
Hey, I said that coffee is too small. I really like this big cups.
Is it?
With hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Let's go.
It's flower.
Hello, baby.
Say hello. It's flower time. Yen Minh Hin. Hin Minh.
Tissue. Oh, tissue.